Have you ever sat in complete silence, yet your mind just wouldn't shut up? No sounds, no people around, but inside, chaos. Thoughts bouncing everywhere like ping pong balls in a metal box. You think about what went wrong last week, what might go wrong tomorrow, and what you should have said 2 years ago. It's funny, we live in a time where everything outside of us is loud, but nothing compares to the noise inside. And here's the thing, that chaos doesn't just stay in your head, it leaks into your daily life. You start losing focus. You stop finishing things. You get irritated by the smallest details, your friend's message tone, your coworker's habits, even your own reflection. I know that noise. I lived with it for years. It's like being trapped inside your own mind, overthinking, overanalyzing, and underliving. And what's worse, you can't escape it by scrolling or sleeping or even talking to someone. Because the truth is, chaos doesn't leave on its own. You have to train it to leave.
When I was a teenager, my mind was a battlefield. I overthought everything. What people said, what they didn't say, what they might say. I was chasing relationships, validation, and approval like they were oxygen. And guess what? That only made the noise louder. Then one day, out of nowhere, I walked into a gym. No plan, no motivation, just curiosity. The smell of iron, the sound of weights hitting the floor, people focused on their own world. It hit me differently. Nobody cared who I was, what grades I had, or if my hair looked perfect. Everyone was just doing the work. The first few weeks were hell. My body hurt, my mind screamed, and everything in me wanted to quit. But after every session, something strange happened. I started to feel calm. Not happy, not excited, just calm. The chaos in my head slowly began to fade with every drop of sweat. The more I trained my body, the quieter my thoughts became. And that's when it clicked. Sports weren't just about muscles or looking better. They were about control. When I pushed my body, I was training my mind to obey, to focus, to endure. And for the first time, I realized discipline doesn't kill chaos. It replaces it. Let's be honest. Most people think sports are just about looking good or staying healthy. But that's only the surface. The real transformation happens inside. When you move your body, you're doing much more than burning calories. You're burning noise. Each rep, each run, each swim, it's like deleting one useless thought from your brain. That voice saying you're not enough, you'll never make it, what's the point, gets quieter. Not because it magically disappears, but because you're too focused on doing the next set, the next lap, the next punch. Sport gives structure to your mind. It teaches you to show up even when you don't feel like it. It gives you small, measurable victories. You lifted more today than yesterday. You ran further. You didn't quit. And that's addictive in the best way possible. You start realizing something profound. Chaos lives in inaction. It thrives when you sit still, overthink, and let fear drive. But when you move, you're taking power back. You're teaching your brain that it's no longer in charge. You are. Here's the harsh truth. Most people don't start not because they can't, but because they don't believe it matters. They think, one workout won't change my life. I'll start when I have time. I'm just not that type. That's the trap. Discipline isn't born, it's built. And it's built from the smallest act, showing up once. But people wait for motivation, not realizing motivation only appears after action. It's like waiting for the fire to warm you before you light it. The problem is deeper. They associate sport with punishment. They see it as something you have to do, instead of something that builds power, clarity, and control. And when your mind frames effort as pain, you'll always run from it. What they don't understand is, sport isn't about muscles, it's about order. When your body becomes disciplined, your thoughts follow. When your habits become consistent, your self-respect grows. And once that happens, you stop waiting for the perfect moment. You just start.
Confidence doesn't come from quotes or affirmations. It comes from evidence. And sport gives you that evidence every single day. When you push yourself through a workout, even when you don't want to, your brain registers it as proof that you can trust yourself. Every drop of sweat is a contract between you and your potential. You keep your promises to yourself, and that's where confidence begins. You start walking differently. You look people in the eyes. Not because you're stronger, but because you know you're doing the hard things no one sees. And that quiet self-respect, it changes how you move through the world. Sport also humbles you. It reminds you that you're not invincible, but you can improve. That balance between humility and progress is what real confidence is built on. You stop needing validation because you start feeling your own growth. And eventually, the chaos in your head begins to fade. Because now, every rep, every run, every drop of sweat, it's not just training your body, it's training your mind to stay calm in the storm.
Here's the truth. Sport is not the end goal. It's the foundation for every other goal you'll ever chase. Think about it. Discipline in the gym turns into discipline in life. If you can wake up early to train, you can wake up early to study. If you can push through the last painful rep, you can push through a bad day, a breakup, a failure. Sport teaches you that results don't come from motivation, they come from consistency. And when you finally understand that, you realize you can apply it anywhere. Business, studies, relationships, personal growth. You start connecting dots differently. You no longer think in, I can't. You start asking, how can I? Because the gym doesn't lie. If you show up, you grow. If you skip, you stay the same. That mindset of showing up regardless of mood is exactly what separates those who dream from those who become. And suddenly, sport isn't just about the body anymore. It's a mirror that reflects who you are and who you could be.
So let's bring it all together. The noise in your head, the confusion, the overthinking, the chaos, it all starts to fade once you take control of your body. Sport is not a magic pill. It won't erase your problems, but it will make you stronger than them. Because once you realize that pain, exhaustion, and struggle are not enemies, they're teachers, your whole world shifts. You start thinking clearly, acting deliberately. You walk differently, talk differently, and people notice. Not because you suddenly became someone else, but because you finally started becoming yourself. So if your mind feels like a storm, go sweat it out. Lift, run, swim, fight, move. Not to look better for someone else, but to feel better for yourself. Because once your body finds order, your mind follows. And when both align, there's nothing left that can stop you. Just like there is no one stopping you from subscribing to my channel, I can help you. I'm always here. See you next time.